Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. I hope you're as excited as I am because what's happening right now in the NFL, especially in the NFC South, is nothing short of a game changer. The Atlanta Falcons, a team that's been steadily building momentum, is about to make a move that could define their season and maybe even set up a deep playoff run. And it all centers around a potential blockbuster trade that's been quietly brewing behind the scenes. The Falcons, currently sitting at 3-3, are eyeing a major upgrade at wide receiver, and that's where Rome Odunze comes into the picture. Yes, you heard that right. Odunze, the promising rookie from the Chicago Bears, is on the radar of Atlanta's front office. And this isn't just speculation. Sources are indicating that the Falcons are seriously considering acquiring Odunze in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, for those of you who follow the league closely, you know that a third-round pick for a player like Odunze is a significant investment, especially considering his upside and potential. The Falcons see a lot in this young wide receiver, and it's easy to understand why when you look at his stats, his talent, and his trajectory. Odunze, a guy who's been making waves since his rookie season, is already showing flashes of becoming a true deep threat in this league. Standing tall at 6'3", with blazing 4.45 speed, he's built to stretch defenses and create big play opportunities. His rookie year saw him rack up over 500 yards, including an impressive Week 5 performance where he caught 8 passes for 128 yards and a 60-yard touchdown. That kind of explosiveness is exactly what the Falcons need to complement their existing weapons. Think about it. Drake London has already established himself as a reliable target with an impressive 88. 4 PFF grade, and Odunze would bring a new dimension to the passing game, especially downfield. And let's not forget, Odunze is considered a top 40 player in PFF's 2025 rankings, with a ceiling that hints at a Pro Bowl upside as a rookie. His yards per reception are stellar, around 14, 8 yards with a 6.1 yard YAC, placing him among the top 20 wide receivers in the league in that category. His EPA per target is also encouraging, standing at plus 0.44, which indicates that each target he receives has a high likelihood of gaining valuable yardage. The fact that he's already shown the ability to create separation with a rate of 3.1 is another reason the Falcons are intrigued. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about his durability. Odunze faced some injury setbacks in 2025, including an ankle injury that caused him to miss a game in Week 3. But overall, he's been able to bounce back and produce when it matters most. His 2024 rookie legacy, with over 500 yards, indicates that he's already a player capable of stepping into a bigger role. And if you're thinking about comparisons, Odunze has drawn parallels to guys like Jamar Chase, especially considering his size, speed, and ability to make explosive plays. The Bears, on the other hand, seem to be in a different phase of their rebuild. They're in full sell mode, especially after their struggles on offense, which currently averages only 21 points per game. Their offensive line has been giving up an average of 3-4 sacks per game, and they're trying to free up cap space by extending Caleb Williams, a move that could hit them with a $35 million cap hit. So their focus right now is on accumulating draft capital, especially to bolster their defense. But this also means that they're willing to part with some of their offensive weapons, and Odunze, with his rising profile and potential, fits the bill perfectly. What does this mean for the Falcons? Well, adding Odunze would significantly elevate their wide receiver core. It would give quarterback Kirk Cousins another reliable target, especially one who can stretch the field and open up the red zone. His ability to gain over 900 yards projected for the season, along with a 53% increase in touchdown rate in the red zone, could be critical for Atlanta's offensive efficiency. Plus, Odunze's presence would open up more space for other players, like Robinson on the ground, who's been averaging 5.1 yards per carry. It's all about creating a balanced, explosive offense that can challenge even the best defenses in the league. And let's talk about the bigger picture, playoff implications, and Super Bowl aspirations. If the Falcons manage to secure Odun's, their odds of reaching the big game could skyrocket. Currently sitting at plus 9-0, the betting odds could improve to around plus 3,500 with this addition. Odun's deep threat ability could be a decisive factor in the playoffs, boosting the Falcons' explosive plays by around 21%. That's huge. It means more big plays, more scoring chances, and ultimately, a better shot at lifting the Lombardi Trophy. This move could turn Atlanta from a solid team into a real contender, capable of competing with the top-tier teams like the Eagles, 49ers, or even the Cowboys. Now I want you to imagine this scenario. Odun's stretching defenses, forcing safeties to stay back, while London works underneath and Robinson pounds the ball on the ground. Opposing defenses won't have an easy time containing all of that. Plus, with the Falcons' offensive line slightly improving and with Kirk Cousins at the helm, this team would look a lot different from what we saw in the first half of the season. They'd be more dynamic, more unpredictable, and more dangerous. What's particularly interesting is that this move also signals a shift in the NFC South. The Falcons have been trying to assert themselves as the division's top team, and acquiring a player like Odun's could be the final piece they need to push ahead of rivals like the Saints or the Panthers. The NFC South has been a competitive division this year, with teams fighting for playoff positioning, but Atlanta's aggressive offseason approach and this potential trade show they're serious about making a statement. It's not just about winning games now, it's about establishing a long-term dominance and setting the tone for the future. And as for the Bears, this trade makes sense from their perspective. They're accumulating draft picks to rebuild their roster, especially on defense, which has been a concern with an average of 3-4 sacks per game. They're also trying to free up cap space by extending Caleb Williams, which indicates they're looking ahead to the future, possibly with the young quarterback as their franchise cornerstone. The trade for Odun's, a promising yet still developing receiver, fits into this broader strategy of rebuilding and retooling for sustained success. In conclusion, this potential move by the Falcons could be one of the most impactful trades of the season. It's a bold statement, an indication that Atlanta is aiming high and wants to push their chips in for a deep playoff run. Odun's potential to become a game-changing deep threat, combined with the Falcons' current roster and strategic plans, makes this story one to watch closely. It's a move that could elevate their offense, improve their chances in the NFC, and maybe, just maybe, help them lift that Super Bowl trophy again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Falcons fans, what do you think about this potential trade? Are you excited about what Odun's could bring to the table? Do you believe this move could be the spark that propels Atlanta to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. I'll be back very soon with more updates, inside info, and analysis on everything Atlanta Falcons. Remember, this team is always evolving, and staying tuned is the best way to stay ahead of the game. Thanks for watching, and as always, rise up, Falcons fans.